regards to the food stamp / SNAP situation for the month of November. I want to bring it to your attention here in this short video because here's what happened. USDA sent out yet again another memo to states, and this may be pretty influential going forward regarding the full distribution of food stamps, SNAP benefits for roughly, well, millions of people, realistically. In fact, last night I was out in a separate live stream, and there's about 10 states right now that have said that they sent out full benefits to beneficiaries. And that means there's about 38 to 40 states. Again, there's about 2 states that are still in the process of doing the full payment. But this whole thing, according to this memo out of USDA, is unauthorized, totally unauthorized. So this is adding a lot of confusion around this and uncertainty, as in what happens to all the people that have gotten their full benefit. This is going to be very weird. Okay. Now I want to share with you exactly the memo that was sent out by USDA to the states, what you need to know about this. Again, a very big update. Basically, USDA is saying states were not authorized to do this. They were not authorized to send out full benefits. And USDA, honestly, is pretty upset. And they're bringing in penalties against states that are doing this. Seriously, right? I'll tell you exactly what the memo says here in just a minute. All right, so anyway, what the memo is also suggesting is that states need to send out the partial payment. Remember, this was a few days ago now. Just want to tell you this, but remember they released the $4.65 billion for the food stamp program to be distributing partial payments to the beneficiaries, right? Well, then we got this word out on Friday and saying, oh yeah, we're going to do the full payment, things like this. States started rushing the accounts and getting, the money for the full benefit, or actually trying to get that authorization. And now here we are just a short time later, this memo comes across saying this was not okay, unauthorized. Anyway, I have the memo here on my phone. By the way, when I'm done with this live stream here, I'll put the link for the memo down below in the description. If you want to read this for yourself, I'll put the link for it down below in the description. Give me a few minutes after this live stream is done. I'll put it down there for you so you can read this for yourself. This is nuts. But anyway, I'll read it off to you right here so you can hear exactly what this is. But honestly, they're pretty irritated, and they're bringing in penalties on these states who have issued full benefits. In other words, if you did not get the full benefit, I'm just going to be real with you right now, not here to scare anybody, not here to discourage anyone. If you didn't get the full benefit for November, I'm going to say this much, highly unlikely that you're going to get it, okay, as of right now. And I know you might be thinking, oh, what? Can't believe you just said that. Just being honest with you, okay? Based on this memo right here, they're pretty upset. All right, anyway, let me tell you what it says here, because this is interesting. Okay. To the extent states sent full SNAP benefit files, right? So basically what that means is that states reach out, they send a file basically that says, here's how much money we're requesting. So in other words, what they're saying is that if you sent a file, as in the state sent out the file to request 100% of full SNAP benefits for their respective state and how much money they need, well, that's what they're saying here. For November 2025, this was unauthorized. This was unauthorized, okay? This is what they're saying. States must immediately undo steps taken to issue full SNAP benefits for November. Immediately take steps to undo the distribution of full SNAP benefits for November. Okay, so like, what does that mean? The USDA is literally saying right here, right now, you do not have authorization to send out full benefits. It was unauthorized. And they're also suggesting in this memo, states that do not comply will be getting a penalty, a major penalty. This is bad, really bad, okay? So, again, I'm going to put it up. Again, I have it here. I have it right here on my phone. This is the memo right here. When I get done with this live stream, I'll put this up, the link for this in the description of this video so you can read it for yourself if you want to. But they're pretty mad about this, right? They're very mad. In fact, this is interesting because yesterday when I was out in one of the videos, I think it was the morning video, by the way, I popped up an article on the screen as well, which was actually super interesting. But what I was reading on this is that basically states came in, they rushed the accounts to basically get the money for the full benefit on Friday when the USDA and the administration basically came out and said, yes, we're going to comply with the orders. We're going to send out 100% of benefit. Apparently states came in and just like rushed the account and basically we're submitting these files to request 100% of the benefit, right? Well, what happened is that the third-party processor that basically, helps process these payments and helps send the money, things like that, basically authorized it, but then USDA denied it. Essentially what happened is that some of these states were bringing in, like, overdrawing their accounts, like literally overdraw. Like, what I mean by that is, like, think of your own personal situation. You have a bank account, right? You send, or you write a check for $1,000 and you have, $100 in your account. You overdraw by $900. Literally, states were overdrawing by tens of millions of dollars in these files and in these accounts. Bad, right? So, wow. Yep. Okay. So, again, I was going to read this memo to you again, but again, I'm just having my phone read to me, and then I'm kind of reading it back to you. But basically, USDA sent out this memo to states and said, basically, if you submitted a file for full SNAP benefits for the month of November, this was unauthorized, and states must take actions immediately to undo any actions to send out full SNAP benefits for the month of November. This is the latest information we have as of now based on this memo. And again, I have the memo right here. When I'm done with this live stream, I'll put the link for this down below in the description. You can read it for yourself. I would encourage doing so. It's actually very, very, very interesting to see this. Okay, so now this much. I know that a bunch of people here in this community are going to say, okay, so like, what does this mean for me, right? I heard that all these other states got full benefits. You're right. As I mentioned earlier, according to what they say here in this memo as well, they're basically saying send out the 65% of benefit that they authorized earlier, about 5 days ago or whatever it was. You can send out the partial with the 35% reduction. You can send out the 65%, 35% reduction is what that is. And that's what states have authorization to do. Now, the big question is, and I'm going to be fair with you, I don't have an answer for this, which is this. I know there's going to be people out there wondering, but wait, I got 100%. Like, do I need to pay that back, or what's going to happen here? I'm going to be fair with you. I do not have an answer for that. I did not find that anywhere. I am not sure what they're going to do about that, but it's going to be really, really bad, because there's going to a bunch of states, like I said in the live stream last night, 10 states that have confirmed that they have sent out 100%, or at least have the money to send out 100% to the beneficiaries. What about these 10 states? Well, looks to me like they might be getting a penalty. Right? So in the long term, this may actually be a worse thing for those 10 states. Even though the beneficiaries got the 100%, it may turn out to be even worse in the long run. Again, I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm just trying to tell you the whole picture here as far as what's going on. This is very weird. This whole thing continues to change very, very, very rapidly every single day, multiple times a day, as far as what's happening here. So anyway, I will continue to keep you updated on this. By the way, this evening at about 9 p.m. Eastern time is when that 48-hour stay that was handed down by the Supreme Court from Friday night, that's going to be expiring tonight at about 9 p.m. Eastern time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there as well. I wouldn't be shocked if we get another update late tonight, or even overnight, or maybe even very early tomorrow morning. I'm not sure, but between now and then, I guarantee you I'll be back with more information, with information that's coming across the wire right now. Okay. So again, USDA, if you're just jumping on right now, quick little recap. The USDA sent out another memo to states, basically saying that states did not have authorization to request 100% of full benefits to send out to the beneficiaries for the month of November, and they must immediately take action to undo any actions taken to send out full benefits. That's seriously the thing, okay? And again, I have the memo here on my phone. I'm going to put the link for this down below in the description when I'm done with this video, and you can read it for yourself from the actual memo right out of USDA. Hang on one second here. By the way, hang on. Okay, one more thing. Earlier this morning, I had another live stream out, okay? Seriously, it is so weird right now with all these things that are coming across. This morning, the president was out with a post, and he talked about the distribution of $2,000+ stimulus checks for everyone. I had a live stream from like 2 hours ago. Watch that live stream. Very, very interesting. The president literally came out this morning talking about everyone getting at least a $2,000 stimulus check. I had a live stream like 2 hours ago talking about that. Who would have thought we were going to get all this information coming across on a Sunday? Not me, right? I mean, seriously, got to be on your toes these days. It is nuts with everything that's happening. Anyway, stand by, watch for that that memo that I'm going to put down below into the description. When I'm done with this live stream here, give me, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes after I'm done with the live stream here. I'll get that link down below in the description for you. Watch for that. Otherwise, stay tuned. I guarantee we're going to get more information on this. I'm going to have my wife come in and help me out, Corey, if she's going to come and help me out here in a second. But anyway, stay tuned on this. There's going to be way more updates. I mean, we're only a few hours into the day so far, and we've already got multiple pieces of information coming across the wire. Big stuff here. And again, by the way, those of you that watched that live stream from earlier, whether you watched it live or you watched the replay on that, about the $2,000 stimulus check announcement out of the president this morning, I've seen a lot of questions rolling in on that. If you have questions on that, please keep the comments rolling in on that live stream from earlier, like 2 hours ago. I know there's a lot of questions coming. I've seen a ton of them coming across. Keep those rolling in. I will come back with dedicated information for you and answer all those questions. We'll talk about it in greater detail. Don't worry, I'm here for you. Stand by. Please subscribe if you're new here, 100% free. Subscribe button down below. Share the video. Watch for that memo down below in the description here in a little while. I'll have it there for you. Otherwise, again,